Chapman, 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 Chapman,
Chappers, how you doing? We just like to randomly improvise and then talk to lots of people in America. So what we do now is a big kind of, wow, there's loads of you. Can everyone, I'm guessing some of you at the back can't see. So if there's any way you can squeeze even slightly closer, that might be a good idea. In fact, if you can touch my hand, you're close enough. Come forward, come forward, come forward, touch my hand. You're close enough, there you go, that's good. That makes it a bit easier for people at the back. So this is a Q&A thing. So what we're going to do is, and in England people are like, oh, sorry, I might have a question. Would you mind if I asked a question? If that's okay, I'm sorry. But in America, I'm hoping that people are a bit more kind of, I got a question. So here's what I'm thinking. So if you've got a question, please ask them. Open Q&A, ask us anything you want about guitar techniques, theory, hair farming, Chapman guitars, and we'll have a lot of fun. Ask us anything you want. First question, go!
Dorje, are they planning to tour the United States or not?
Yes. Dorje, are they planning to tour America? We've got a meeting tomorrow with a big company that's offered to manage us. So hopefully, if it goes alright, then we'll be on tour everywhere. Fingers crossed, you never know what might happen. It's quite nervous for us.
Somewhere close to here, I hope?
Probably everywhere. Hopefully. I'd love to play here, you know, this area. See you guys. And bring the barbecue chef. It's good, yeah. Next question.
How do you drink coffee so boiling hot?
You can answer that one.
A mouth made of steel.
That's our next tune. Steel mouth.
Steel mouth. It's a skill. I was taught by Rob how to drink boiling hot coffee.
I did teach you that.
You did, yeah. You taught me.
What you do is you inhale air as you drink it. It's a Chinese trick.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a Chinese trick.
Is that really?
You bring air into the mouth as you bring the liquid in, so you can drink it hot, and that's all good for
Is that
cheap.
a legit trick?
It's a legit trick, broski.
Wow.
That's what I do all day long. That's how I survive. That's how I cha. Next question. Hands up if you want to ask a question at the back and you think I won't hear you. Okay, you with a hand.
British food or American food?
That's such an easy answer. American food. Well, I was saying to somebody, it could have even been you, England doesn't have any food. England, like everywhere, England is a land of immigrants. I mean, I'm Scottish, Irish.
You want shepherd's pie?
No, that's Irish, bro. Fish and chips is French, roast dinner's German. We just steal food from everywhere, which is the best way. In fact, probably the main dish in England is Indian food, which is brilliant. Old cultures get food good. Yeah. So, and a lot of your food comes from lots of different cultures too, which is really cool. That's why it's so good.
Everyone's food.
Yeah, that's the way forward.
And Pennsylvania state animal is a cheesesteak.
I have to try one of these cheesesteaks of which you speak. In fact, I want to try a chicken fried steak. I've never had that before.
What?
Chicken fried steak, bro.
What about a piece of pizza pie?
I want to try a piece of pizza pie. I want to try coffee too. Never had coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, you guys say coffee the best.
I had
Coffee.
some chicken fried bacon earlier.
Did you?
That's sick. Wow. I had a southern egg roll. That was good. As you probably can't tell, I love food.
I was going to say, by the amount that Rob's just explained about all the foods he's eating, you must admit that, to be fair, American food is probably Rob's favourite.
Yeah. Tell them how many chicken wings I ate last time.
55.
Doing it for England. Supporting your economy with my belly.
Best wing sauce.
Don't know. Someone gave me some seasoning yesterday that looked like it was great. There must have been some kind of
Was that
national-
all American seasoning? Or
I think
something
it
like
might have
that?
been something like that. I don't know.
Along
I
those
don't know. The
lines.
Hooters normal regular medium wing sauce is pretty good, but I'm not condoning Hooters in any way.
This is a great in-depth chat about wings.
I like this. Yeah. I thought about opening a restaurant called a Chappers with a hat in a hand. You.
Will there be any more Red Tower projects?
Where's Natasha? But yeah, there she is. Yeah. Nat, are we going to do any more music with a tower?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. We have actually got a tune that we recorded that we haven't got vocals on, called High in the Sky or Sky High or There's a Sky or something like that. Sky High, there you go. Grazie. So, yeah, we will do. But what I really want is for Natasha to record a solo album because she's an incredibly talented musician, which is why I'm marrying her on July the 4th. Thank you very much. I will be losing my independence. It works every place. It's great. Yeah, I think she should record a solo album. Talking of albums, thank you for asking. We are releasing an album. And that will be happening at some point, probably late July, early August. Centered on One from Dorje. It's going to be the best thing I've ever done musically. How would you describe it? How would you describe it?
The album? I would say that the Dorje album is an amalgamation of bands and sounds that have heavily influenced us all. I guess you'd hear things like a bit of Philip Sace, a bit of Alter Bridge, maybe a bit of Rage Against the Machine, probably a bit of
Stevie Wonder.
yeah, a bit of Queens of the Stone Age. There's a lot in there. There's a lot of
Bit of
different
Metallica.
sounds. Yeah, there's some heavy bits, some groovy bits, and just generally, it's pretty fat.
Bit of Dimebag.
Bit of dime-esque.
Yeah.
It's good. We're excited.
Yeah. So, what are the big bands? I've got a question for you guys. What are the big bands in this area that you guys listen to a lot? I can see like Alter Bridge shirt. Sorry? Steel Panther. Yeah, they're great. Did you say Animals as leaders? Yeah. My buddy's jamming with Tosin in his hotel room right now.
Primus!
Primus.
Yes!
Seeds of cheese.
Fighter!
Foo Fight-
11!
Yeah.
Dragon Force!
Really?
I like that song. What?
That's great. Have you ever heard of Winger? The first American band I ever listened to was Winger. I thought it was great. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, when they did like Mother's Milk and Blood Sugar, then it all went a bit late.
Yeah, Blood Sugar for me is the best.
Yeah, Slug.
Yeah, Eagles and
Yes.
Death Metal.
Sepultura. Rush. It's great.
There's a lot of great bands. You guys have great
King
taste in
Zex,
music.
one of the best vocalists I've ever heard in my life.
Get Crimson!
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Tool. Is that you insulting me or is it a band name? I'm kidding. I'm having some fun with you.
We need to get Phil X the drills over here.
Well, that's true. I'd love Phil to come and play a bit more. He's a bit busy with a band called Bon Jovi. He's got a job and he's got kids. Yeah. Another question.
How's your day?
My day is going great.
That's a great question.
How's your day? How's your day?
My day, I woke up and had no idea where I was. I got off the bus and I was outside a guitar shop, so that was cool.
He was bewildered and needed to do something.
Yeah, and then I was welcomed by the lovely people here at Beaumont Guitars. So it was awesome, so thank you guys. That's how my day went so far. And then I met all you lovely people. And now I'm sat in front of all you lovely people talking into a microphone.
I should just say that
So far, so good.
one of the biggest differences that we've noticed amongst our fellow, well, you're not English, so it doesn't really count, you're Lebanese.
Kind of English.
Yeah, and I grew up in Holland, but I'm a mix of every culture. But England and Americans are very respectful. I like that. You all queue for things and you kind of take it in turns and you go, would you mind if I took a photograph? I like that. It's really sweet.
In England, people just barge in.
You're right, mate, I'm getting a photograph, right? And, desperately trying not to swear. Hey, camera.
What's
So,
your
yeah.
favorite slang?
My favourite American slang.
Yes. Flag.
What, your favourite slang in America or
Like,
English slang?
I don't know what my favourite American slang
I can tell you what my favourite slang that Rob has is, and it's his West Country accent. If he was to explain to
They
you,
don't know about that beer.
if you can say to the people, the wonderful people here, that you're here doing a clinic and it's great and you're having a really good time.
Alright guys, I'm here doing a clinic, it's really great today, I'm having a great time. When I talk as if I'm from Wiltshire, I sound like a hobbit, you see. I actually am from Wiltshire and this is how I normally talk to my parents. That was a lie. Although I am from Wiltshire, but I lost my accent. Hand.
This is more of a theory question for both of you. When you
Good.
guys see a dominant seventh chord, how do you guys approach it? Like,
Mixo.
What's that?
Mixolydian.
Mixolydian?
Yeah.
But like you personally, obviously, like do you use any other scales besides Mixolydian?
When I'm playing, I don't think about anything.
Yeah.
I try as hard as I can not to think about anything. Because if you're thinking about theory and if you're thinking about notes and intervallics and modes, it gets in the way of really channeling music from wherever it comes from through you. You're just a conduit. I use the theory to explain what I've written afterwards. So, for example, this is the 1 watt setting, but can you all hear this? If I write a riff like that, or like Beer write that riff, he wasn't thinking, oh yeah, it's in that mode and I'm using this note and this chord and I'm going to drone a D. He just came up with it, you know. It's a feeling. It gets in the way using theory. It's too much math. It's like going to paint a picture, you wouldn't think, I'm going to restrict myself to these 4 primary colours and only paint at an angle of 10 degrees. You know, you just paint a picture and go, that's a nice picture. How did I do that? Let's explain it afterwards. So theory, I use it differently. Sometimes when I've written something, I'll understand it better and I know what fits with it. So I was showing this example yesterday. For example, I wrote a riff. Is that right?
I didn't say it.
Oh, I thought you said something. Someone threw a voice. It sounded just like you. And when I wrote that riff, I certainly wasn't going, it's in a pentatonic scale of E. I wasn't thinking that, I just thought it's a cool riff. But then you think about it, most of the notes are in E minor pentatonic. So in that case, the parent major's G. Anyone following me?
No.
No. so that means that I know that the G major chord will fit really well with that riff afterwards. It's kind of a relief point. Just going to tune myself again. Too much burger grease. Smell my nut. Thank you. Tuning. This is the tuning song for you. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I could go to the parent major and it would sound really cool. It fits because my theory told me it was going to fit straight away. That's how I use it. How do you use it, Beau?
Theory for me is more of a, it's similar to Rob. Like I'll write something and then work out what it is afterwards when I'm trying to, if we're trying to add sections to it, or we're writing solos over it, or things like that. It usually helps to kind of explain. Kind of gives us a clear pathway out of that maybe creative rut you might be in. So it's generally the only theory knowledge that I find incredibly useful is intervallics. working out, you know, like how I can move between different scales, different notes and chords from an interval perspective. When I'm working out chords, I might find a root right there and work out what kind of notes I can play around it. There's so many different notes I can add to that root to create a cool sounding chord that might just be a bit different than just playing a power chord. You know what I mean? So that's how I would use it, essentially.
Hands up if you know what an interval is.
Learn your intervals.
Okay, well, that's pretty good.
That's impressive.
I think American musicians are quite well educated. I think it's something that there's a bit of lacking with.
Yeah, we didn't have that in England.
Nah.
Maybe 1 or 2 hands went up.
We had porridge.
So which one was just right? Which bowl of porridge was just right?
The big one.
The biggest the helping of porridge is the best.
The intervals give you everything you know because it tells you what things are made of. And when you know what things are made of, you're free to make choices about what you'd like to add to it or take away from it. And normally, it's taking away from it that makes things sound better. Yeah.
What can you tell us about your product roadmap?
About my
Product roadmap. Guitars, what's coming up?
product roadmap.
I like
You
that.
definitely work in marketing. And I've said this at every venue, but I'll say it here. We've got to be really careful we don't grow too fast. There's only sort of 3 or 4 of us who work at Chapman, and most of us have other things to do. So Beau and I work in a band, and we have to have a life on the side of a band and a guitar company and Panama cabs and music is and everything I do. And Captain Lee, who I wish was here, but he's got a baby and a massive store, he's busy as well. So we're growing, we're growing too fast at the moment. All over Asia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, we've got stores now, we've got 4 in America, we've got the biggest one in Europe, and one of the best in England. It's huge for us. We're selling like 20 guitars a day. Well, we were before we came to America. Thank you very much. So, I absolutely never thought that would happen. It was never really the intention to be a big guitar company. I don't do this really for money. I do this because I love guitars and I get to design them and take them on the road, and that's sick, you know? It really is awesome going to a factory, talking to the design team, and then just making whatever you want to make, and then coming away with it.
It is literally only 3 of them though. It's Rob, Lee and Matt. That's all Chapman Guitars is.
But yeah, it helps out as well.
A little bit.
But we're very, very small, so it's a weird trip for us. Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, I didn't tell you what product we're bringing out. So we're doing a new V. At some point we'll do a junior. I'm going to let Lee run the voting for that. We're going to be doing a hollow body. The Ghost Vet's obviously coming out, you guys know about that. Rabea has 2 prototypes with him.
I do.
Why don't you show 'em, bro?
Okay. I'm going to stand up so you can all see it. This is the new signature model. This is the 25.5 inch scale Floyd Rose ML3 beer. If you can all see it. It's a really nice guitar. I'm going to flip it over. So the back of it is a solid African Bedout neck, which is open pore. So it's literally it's one layer of oil that finishes the neck, and then basically the natural oils in your skin finish it over time. But the coolest bit is that the wood darkens with age. So the longer you have it, the darker the wood gets, which is badass. It's also an Alder body guitar. It's got currently there's a bare knuckle warping in the bridge, but we've actually sent the spec of this pickup to the factory, and they're going to sort of do a Chapman branded, awesome sounding bare knuckle type pickup for this guitar. Floyd Rose, coil tap, CTS pots. It's a sick guitar, and it sounds kind of like this. Sounds pretty good. I really like it. Yeah.
Wait, you got another one?
I also have another one I'm going to show you now.
We design what we need for the album, for the touring, and it works out cool.
So this is the same, this is basically a baritone version of that guitar, which you can see. Same neck. It's a 28.83 inch scale,
Same as the Mushok, if anyone's familiar with that one.
The Mike Mushok Ibanez is a really nice baritone that I've always wanted and never managed to get, so instead, we just got made one. And it's great because of the scale length, you can drop it right down to some ridiculously low tunings. At the minute this is drop A.
This will be a really good opportunity to play them the riff that you've written for the next Dorje album.
That is correct. So this riff, okay, yeah, it's a new riff. Yeah, that's the new riff. It's pretty good. But yeah, great guitars. They're going to be available before the end of the year, probably the end of autumn, or beginning sometime in autumn. So this one also has locking tuners because it's got a hip shot hardtail bridge. It's a beast, and it's great because it feels like a normal 6-string when you play it. Even though the scale length is so long, you can put extra heavy strings on it, and it doesn't feel any different to a normal guitar. So you can still play it like a normal one, shred on it, and do all that stuff. So it's great.
Yes, I have a Ghost Fret. Thank you for asking about the Ghost Fret. It's, this is my favourite guitar so far. It's my favourite guitar because it's my recent guitar, my new baby. So when you get anything, you favourite. But I mean, I love all my guitars, particularly the Hot Rod, the ML3RC. I love the traditionals. You know, I don't design my guitars, as you know. You guys do. So it's kind of a weird thing for me. But this is my baby. Let me tell you about her a little bit. So, as you can tell, it's an Explorer type shape. This has got a two-piece book-matched maple cap. Now to achieve that, to get the blanks big enough that wouldn't warp, because no one else does this, they normally put a veneer on top or they just have a bare wood, I shrunk the body down 8% and unknowingly invented a guitar that just balanced perfectly. So it's book-matched Canadian top, it's got sapele mahogany wings from Africa, it's all the way through, 3-piece neck, really, really stable. This is an all-round dirty machine that actually does some nice clean tones as well. I'll just show you. And the moment I got Duncan's in this one, I made 3 of them, each one with different pickups, but I decided in the end to put Chapman pickups in it, ones that I'd come up with myself that I really enjoyed the tone of. So here are some clean tones. The way I've got my amp set, I've got it with all the gain and half the volume. It's a 1-channel amplifier with 20 watts, the way I've got it set at the moment. So you can get that kind of roll-off, clean situation if you tap it, which is what this does. Bring it in. That's practical. It's a simple thing. Then you add the cream on top of the pie. And you get all the filth that you'd ever need for anything you're ever going to do. Great sounding guitar, man. It's mine. And there's nothing I can do to this to make it any more expensive. I just want to explain this a bit, because I think there's a, I don't know, how can I say this politically correctly?
Don't.
Well, no, I need to be sensitive, you know. Basically, if this was any more expensive, the money would just be profit to me. We don't take a lot of profit, we take a bit, obviously, but not a lot. But there's nothing else we can do to any of our guitars to make them more expensive, unless I put a bunch of rubbish fancy inlays in it and some very expensive pickups or something. This is what they retail for because that's how much they cost to make, plus a little bit of profit. So if you compare them to other brands that are, I mean, this is going to be, I think it was, do you remember?
Well, it's $8.99.
Matt, is it $8.99? $8.99 ex-tax? Is it $8.99 ex-tax?
$8.99.
Yeah, $8.99. If this was any other brand, it would be hugely more than that. Absolutely phenomenally more than that. And it's a ridiculous machine that just rips. And I really enjoy the fact that we can bring them to market for an not affordable price, depends how much money you make, you know, it's a relative term, but all of our guitars, we try and keep them as low as possible. And also, I would say, very importantly, it's not always the most expensive guitar that's the best. Sometimes you really want to try and play the really cheap ones, the little dogs, because you might find that the cheapest guitars that you pick up just feel right and work with you. It's not about the money.
$500.
Yeah, there you go.
Tier 1 Pullman.
How much is an ML1 here?
It's $539.
There you go. Great guitar. I tore an ML1, you know. It's not about the money in the build, it's about the materials and whether it fits with you. It's the synergy, you know, the ergonomics, that kind of thing. Anyway, I digress. Next question. Right at the back with a hand.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's like all guitar based, and I've had it for like 4 years now. You can check out one of the videos once.
I did.
Yeah. I was just wondering how what you might recommend to get more subscribers on the channel.
How to get more subscribers?
Yeah.
Very easy. Make brilliant videos. That really is the secret. If you wanna learn how to promote your videos, then you're doing it wrong. Don't promote the videos. Make them promote themselves. Make them really good. Be honest. Make them reality. Try to learn how to edit as little as possible by filming what it is that you want people to see. So set the shot up. Use good lighting. But you don't have to use expensive gear. You can use an iPhone. You know, I use iPhones loads. I shot a video this morning with an iPhone that I put up on YouTube. It's not about the gear, it's about the way you shoot and the way you present. And just with guitars, the less stuff there is in the way of the wood and the magnets, the better it's going to sound. The less editing and stuff in the way of the video, the basic content, the better it's going to look and the more people are going to want to interact with you. So, also upload regularly. People will subscribe to a living, vibrant thing. They won't subscribe to a channel that has a video every month. Nothing is living there. So it needs to be vibrant. Beau, Monde, you should make more videos. I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
No problem. With the checkered arm.
Oh, there's like, me.
Oh, there's multiple. It's unusual in England,
There's one right in
though.
front of me.
Okay, what? You with the red.
Thank you. Do you have any interesting, funny, insane stories from your writing studio process?
Oh.
With this last album?
I'm trying to think what's clean.
That's a really hard question.
Sorry.
Funny. In terms of what? Funny.
Even if it's just like funny to you guys, if you think it's like not funny to everyone else.
No, we have lots of funny stories, but we got some little kiddies, and I'm really worried that we will upset somebody if we say some of these stories. I got some interesting stories. I mean, I got really ill in Glasgow, because that's what happens when you go to Glasgow. And I got flown home because we couldn't, none of the doctors there would see me because I'm from England, which was a bit of a shame. Although I have Scottish ancestry, so I was very offended by it. But then I had a bunch of days off, and then I had to go to the studio and record a tune. I realised I hadn't sung in ages, because I'd been really ill, and I had a completely clean, fresh voice. If anyone sings, they'll understand what it's like. If you don't sing for like a week, it's a weird, really weird feeling, then suddenly singing, having not warmed up or done anything, you know. So I had this completely sparkling, clean, fresh voice, and then I had to go in and sing zero. And Zero is a ballad. It's one of the only ballads on the album, and it starts off really emotional and soft, and then it turns into this super hard Chris Cornell type screaming stuff.
Every metal band needs a ballad.
Well,
It's a
this is the ballad, and by the end of that song, I knew I'd been singing. I tell you, it was that was an interesting experience. But I think I sang it in a certain way that was more emotionally fitting to the tune because I hadn't been singing for a while. So it affected the way it went down on the album for me.
I had to postpone the beginning of one of the sets on tour because I needed the toilet so bad. That's a very funny story. We were about to go on stage in Brighton, and
We're going there.
we're going there. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to overshare. But we were about to go on, and I was like, guys, I really need the toilet. So we basically had to hold the gig off for like a good 10 minutes. Of course, I wasn't going to rush. You shouldn't rush these things. But yeah, we still played a good gig in the end. Actually, I played better for it. You don't want to be uncomfortable on stage. That's definitely a tip for you guys. Anyone that gigs regularly, make sure you're empty before you start playing.
True.
Yes.
Next question. Okay, blue
Get
shirt.
past writer's block.
Don't write when you don't want to.
Yeah.
Don't play when you don't want to. Just be. PlayStation, burgers, chill out with your friends, write a book. But when you want to play, Because if you try and force it, it's just nothing good's going to come. You're the conduit. You don't really write. It's a catharsis. It comes through you. Whatever's up here comes through you and out. Then it's really music. If you're just trying to go, right, so I've got this start here, and then I could maybe, no, that's not going to work. That's not writing.
Yeah, sitting down to write never really bears a lot of fruit, does it? It's normally if you feel uninspired to write a song, just play, just noodle around. If you feel uninspired to do that, then like Rob said, just don't bother. But there are times where it's really funny. You'll sit down to just play, and you feel like your playing's not great. So then in that case, focus on trying to write, and you might find that you're actually in a writing mood. It's really don't over criticize, don't over analyze. I guess.
Yeah, should we play a bit of Catalyst?
Some stuff.
Do you want to hear a couple of riffs from the album? say that Dorje is kind of riff worship. We really enjoy the riff.
Yeah,
It's,
lots of fun riffs.
Sometimes they're really hard to play as well.
What's your favourite riff to play on the? I'm asking the question. What the hell? What's your favourite riff to play on the album?
I really like.
That's a cool riff.
It's kind of Philip Sace inspired.
Yeah,
Like a
big
kind
time.
of dirty down home blues vibe through a ghost fret power chorded thing. You sir.
What was a record time for like picking up a guitar and saying this is the worst thing I ever played or the best thing I ever played?
Oh,
Like you pick up a guitar and like in seconds you can tell. Whether
I've never had that question before. Okay, best guitar I've ever played when I picked it up was a PRS, but it was a $15,000. It was one £15,000. It was one of Paul's guitars. They only made like 3 of them, but I went, whoop, that's the one. Never gonna own
When
it.
you picked it up.
I demoed it for World Guitars years ago. Yeah, it was stunning. But then when a guitar costs 15, but then again, I play guitars that were way more expensive, but were pieces of SH. Because it's not really about the money; it's about the love that went into it, the construction, the materials. It might not be right for me. I mean, I'm not much of a Les Paul fan. I love Telecasters. So I might play an affordable Squire Telly. I think it's the best, like a Baja. I think it's the best thing ever. Just the way it goes. Worst guitar I've ever played?
Like the moment you pick it up, like even if it's like cheap or really.
Oh man, it was a Schecter I demoed a while back. Not hating on Schecter. I mean, everyone has a good or a bad guitar. What about you, Bees?
Recently, the best guitar, I ended up buying it. The best guitar that I played recently, where I picked it up and just went, wow, was a PRS SE 245, which is like in England, it's about 400 quid. So I'm not sure, over here, it's like 550, something like that. So really not a lot of money, and it's made in the Far East, but it just sounded and played amazingly, and it looked badass. I think the worst was probably, Matt's going to kill me, but it was a Duesenberg. It was.
I wasn't like.
He's looking at me like I'm an asshole. Man.
Bringing it back to Chapman, one of the best guitars I played in the last sort of 4 months is the natural finished ML2 here. That for some reason there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but it's a bit weird. With the hand.
What's your favorite guitar brand and why?
Oh, it's Chapman Guitars because it's my family name on a headstock, and I'm incredibly proud and honoured to be in a position that I never thought I'd ever be in, to have a guitar company and travel around the world and play music to you kind of guys. Second favourite PRS. I was a PRS artist before I had my own guitar company, so I had high expectations, and it's why we manufacture Chapman in the same factory that makes PRS, SE customs and that kind of thing. Same materials, same people, just more affordable. You sir.
In a video that you did with showing off the prototypes and the signature models, there was that one guitar you said it was going to be like a monthly or bi-monthly like custom thing.
Yeah. We're still doing it. We have the prototype for the carving. Things take a while. We have so much going on, maybe too much going on. So we're doing it, and what'll happen is the carved top will have different woods, maybe some Zebrano, Buckeye Burl, spalted maple, that kind of thing. And they'll be high end, and they'll be roughly the same price as the Ghost Fret, I think, when they end up coming out. So kind of like taking it a step further from the Pro, the ML1 Pro, the walnut one, which is the one we've got here is stunning. It's ridiculous. So what I want to buy from myself. Actually, I don't know if you know, but my guitar company doesn't hold any stock. The retailers order direct from the factory. So if I want a guitar or Beau wants a guitar, we have to buy them from a retailer. Or we have to reserve them. And there are 2 guitars that I really want from Chapman that I haven't got because whenever they're shipped over, I forget to reserve and they're sold out. I really want the traditional in blue, and I really want the Gold Top ML2. They are sick. Oh, I haven't got one. But I have got over 100 guitars, so it's probably good. Oh man.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Stay hydrated.
Any questions about guitar technique? Anything that you're interested in? You sir.
What's something good to practice hybrid kick?
Okay. If you've never hybrid picked before, I would suggest you take standard licks that you're familiar with and try and work them out hybrid so that you bring it into your live vocabulary. Because if you just start trying to do exercises, it's not going to make you a hybrid picker. So for example, things like, everyone does. I'm going down at 1 watt, so I don't blow you away. So things like, a lot of people would do it where they'd be picking the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one. Well, I don't do that. I have my fingers resting, these fingers resting on the E and the B string, so that you get kind of a... I peel them off when they're required. And it mutes them when I don't need them as well. Muting is almost as important as what you're playing, what you don't play, you know. And then play a lick and see if you can hybrid it. So things like... same lick, but one hybrid and one of them wasn't, you know. And then eventually just anything pentatonic. That kind of thing. Start off with one finger, then try another one. Bring it in slow, but work out things you can already play. Don't bother, you know, sort of exercising. Well, I won't do it for you, I don't think. Because you've been playing for a while, yeah? If you were a complete beginner, I'd say, yeah, incorporate some exercises. But scales too, not a lot of point playing scales. Write riffs, that's what you want to do, you know.
I'm trying to learn some scales and get back because I'm researching years. So.
Yeah, well, scales are useful, but you know what the most important scales are? Beer.
The pentatonic scale.
Yes. All 5 of them. Learn to connect them so that you can do stuff like play through them, rather than just sticking in one and kind of... You want to be able to move through them like a road map. So learn all 5, connect them, learn to play between them, and sort of, you know, practice going up one and down the other. So maybe that kind of thing. I went up 5 and then down 1. So there's like a circle of scales. Any more questions? With a beard.
Rob, on the same topic of hybrid picking, when you started that, did you ever get to the point where you say, you know, it doesn't quite sound like pick, and you go through that whole worrying about your tone and you know, that whole phase?
Oh, I never worry about anything like that. Nah, it shouldn't sound like a pick. It should sound like a pluck. I did it because I love Alison Krauss, Tim Minsky, all the guys on Union Station. And I thought Ron Block was great, and they all do a lot of hybrid picking, banjo stuff and guitar stuff. And Jerry Douglas, you guys are probably, you're not from the South, are you? So you probably never heard of Jerry Douglas. But he's phenomenal. And then Derek Trucks and Jeff Beck, and I was like, wait a minute, Jeff Beck's ridiculously phenomenal, but he doesn't play anything like I play. He sounds like a harmonica player. Why is that? Well, he's got 4 picks, you know. And he's Jeff Beck. And so I just always just played with the pick and fingers. I was trying to play Marty Friedman stuff. I couldn't do it. And then I ended up learning one lick. I can't remember what it was, I wish I could. But I ended up using fingers and a pick, and I went, that's kind of cool, I'll just keep going. And then always just did, you know. And it's become something that I just really, like, you couldn't do that kind of thing. Sort of that kind of thing. Rolls, banjo rolls and stuff, you know. There was a band called Big Wreck from Canada. Yeah, I heard that when I first went to Canada. I was like, what's this? This is ridiculous, you know. Slide, finger picks, all that kind of... for me, I was mind blown, you know. No one had ever done that before in England, so that's what I wanted to be. Bea, what kind of techniques do you like?
I like... hybrid picking is one of my favourites in terms of lead, but I love funk rhythm technique, where you can do all the nice spanky kind of all that kind of stuff, because I I don't know. It feels really aggressive, but it's quite a intricate sound. So it's kind of a mix match between the two. But it's really, really satisfying to do all that kind of. That kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's a lot of fun. That's probably my favourite technique.
Funky Afro playing. Okay, we'll take a couple more questions and then we're gonna have a break. We're gonna get coffee and because I mean you need to eat. Have you eaten? Did you get a veggie burger?
I had a veggie burger.
Do you want another one?
Could do that.
Yeah.
We haven't shown
I need
people
a
our
hot
new
dog.
Victory amps yet.
Wait, I need a hat dog.
We do.
Okay. Wait a minute. There's loads of hands. It's because you all got worried we're gonna leave. That's what happened there. You sir.
Me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask you, how much do you like galloping, like style picking? Like, is that like a thing that like you guys?
I did loads of it when I was younger, then I kind of stopped. But like that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I used to do. I used to do more down picking because I was a James Hetfield fan because he's got like a cyborg arm.
Yeah.
But then I got really into the dime bag and sort of doing. I'm a drop tune, so I can't do it, but you get the vibe. And what I discovered is you've got to have the pick held. Well, I have to have the pick held soft. It's a really thick pick. I'm using a gravity razor, by the way, but anything works as long as it's thick and it doesn't move. And then you hold it soft, because if you hold it, if you try and pick fast, any kind of picking, and you hold the pick too hard, you bounce off the strings. Whereas if you hold it soft and you're fluid, and it's a fluid, smooth transition. So yeah. I like galloping, but we don't do it. I think we should do more of it in Dorje. I think we need one section.
No, there is one section. Rob, what are you talking about? It's this section.
No, but we should do more of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be one of the sections.
That's a new section from a Dorje team because we thought we'd bring a bit of old school. It sounds a bit like Mastodon,
yeah. But it's got that nice gallop feel to it.
Interestingly, I pick with an angle like this. Rabea is the reverse, so we're like yin yang. You know, he's wrong and I'm right. I'm just joking with you.
You better be.
Yeah. Okay, one more question then. You. I had a white Falcon Strat copy that was a piece of SH. And I traded it and got an Epiphone Strat copy when they did Strat copies before they got sued by Jimi Hendrix family. And then I got a Charvel, and then I traded that for a Gem, and then I traded that for 2 guitars. And I got a Washburn, and then I forget.
Which gem?
A floral gem that Vi demoed because it was a prototype, and then I sold it because I needed money to get my cat's leg fixed by a vet. And I went to the shop that I traded it into and asked if I could buy it back, and they were like, nah. Gutted. What about you, bro?
My first guitar was a Washburn X50. If anyone remembers those, they were the double humbucker, like neck through Super Strat. And they're great, I really enjoyed it. And then after that I got a Washburn N4, kind of just leveled up super fast. And then after that, another one. I got 2, and then I got some Chapmans. Basically, that's what happened.
We can both remember like having a guitar or 2 guitars and thinking, oh, I'd have to get more guitars. And now
It's too many.
we have a problem.
Yeah, we have a lot of guitars.
It's a real problem.
People say you can never have too many guitars, but
Oh, yeah.
I think not in a bragging sense, but when you have a lot, it's kind of like going, where am I going to put all these guitars?
Yeah.
So
I got given one yesterday. Some really nice guy gave me a guitar. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I own a guitar company. He's like, oh, good guitar. It's amazing. There's a raffle. Did you know that? Come here, bro. Tell them about it.
We have
the raffle going on for one of the Chapman guitars. $5 a ticket right over there at the computer. Don't forget to get your ticket.
When we're finished for the day on the clinic, we will announce the winner.
Yes.
What time is that?
What time do we finish clinicking?
We just go until we get
kind of
bored,
fit-
really. Yeah, we should probably stop soon because it's been quite a while.
We didn't mention the new.
Matt looks like he's got a question for us, and he's in a precarious position. By the way, this is Matt from Chapman Guitars, everybody. Yeah. Woo!
He's between two dual rectos. It's kind of cool.
He also does a lot of tour managing for Dorje, so he fills 2 roles, like a good hot dog.
I love you, Matt.
Matt, I love you, man.
We love you. Okay.
Is that better? Thank you.
Requests or Adam's family. How much is the request?
We talked about those. Well, no, because currently Beaumonts don't sell them at the moment, but we're trying to work on that for them. So the Red Dwarf will be roughly $800 extra tax.
Oh, that's great.
Made in England.
That's epic.
That is
all valve tube.
Handmade.
Handmade by a guy I know.
Take an alternative rock with it, just like not too gainy, but like
This isn't very gainy actually. I'm using a pedal on it.
Okay, yeah.
Let me show you how it works. So basically, it's the Red Dwarf, not named after the show, although I love the show, but named after a kind of star which has very low mass, or relatively low mass, and as a result, it burns cooler than most stars, like our sun, for example. So this is a very small amplifier, and it has a lower idling current, which means it idles cooler. The valves, the tubes, as you call them, when you're not using it, they sit cooler. They last longer. So it's small, it's cooler, like a Red Dwarf star. So it's one channel. It's lacking option paralysis. So it's very easy to get a great tone. So all it is volume, gain, and then a contour, but it's got a skinny and a fat switch, so you can really pinpoint where you want your contour. So if I put the gain to just a little bit under half, pump up some of the volume. Pump up the volume. Then, if you're that kind of a guy, you could be like. It's pretty clean, yeah? I mean, it's not like clean, but it's clean. Bring up the volume. Wow, I'm not using all the volume. I'm lacking some of the volume. So, just when I add the cream on top, you know, a bit of this. It's specifically designed to work the way I work, which is a boost in the loop if you want one, a little bit of creamy gain in the front if you need that to push it over into singing saturated distortion. But it's designed with enough gain, if you put all the gain in and put all the volume in, it doesn't do something crazy, which is have too much gain. Can we turn the PA off just for a second? Do we have that power?
Off?
Yeah. Just for a second.
Just before. He's gonna turn it up all the way.
I'm gonna turn it up all the way. Oh, yeah, kill people. So here's all the volume and all the gain. This is how it's designed to run. So you could literally be like, be this guy. Enough gain, yeah? It's all the gain. Amps sound best when they're pushed as hard as they can possibly go. You wouldn't really want more gain, but if you did, you just put a bit of cream in. That's all you need, option paralysis. Or, you can put it on 1 watt. Can I have the PA back in, please? So 1 watt is a real bedroom tone. It's actually going to be half a watt louder when it comes out because I want it to touch more. You know, if you want to shred in your bedroom, shred room. Shred room.
It's in the PA.
Is it in the PA? Okay.
Yeah.
See what I mean? It does the things that you want it to do. A nice low volumes and then more volume than you need really.
So definitely good for gigging.
Yeah, absolutely what I'm going to be using on tour. I might even use 2 of them in a stereo rig.
Yes, you will.
Yes. Your question.
That silver one back there, I heard about that and
Kraken.
Kraken.
Okay.
We both have new victory amplifiers to show people.
We both have new amps.
Okay, so it's the Kraken. It's 50 watts, switching to 25. A Kraken is a middle.
No, what is it, Kraken?
What is one?
No, what is that thing cracking?
Oh, what's it cracking? It's 50 watts switchable to 25, has 2 masters, it's 2-channel, has an effects loop, and it has a depth, like a bass focus switch.
They both have effects loops.
Yes, they do. So channel 1, which is basically it's modelled on a sort of JCM 900 with a little bit more edge to it. At the minute I've got it halfway. There's not actually a clean channel on this amplifier, but at the minute it's sort of half volume, half gain. But if you want, you can clean it up. And if I want, I can roll off the gain and get more of a clean sound. Put a bit of effects loop in there. And at the same time, if I want, I can, put the gain on full and just get it a bit more dirty. That's channel 1, which is great, really. And then channel 2 is based more on PV5150 Mark II, so it's a little bit more angry sounding. So that's kind of how it sounds. It's got a lot of gain. I'm actually going to get the second prototype with less gain because that's quite a lot of gain, as you heard, and it's only here.
Here's something I noticed.
So if I turn it up there, that's a lot of gain. And it also has something called bass focus switch. So at the minute it's in. If I take it out, and then you'll hear there's more low end. It's quite nice when you're playing chords and doing more of the warmer stuff, say you can and then if I push it in, it should tighten everything up a bit. Yeah. So it's much tighter now. So when you're playing extended range for anything genty, it should be a lot easier to not get fluffy and flubby. And also it's on the low wattage setting now. I can also, if you wouldn't mind killing the PA for 1 second, I'm not going to turn it up full, don't worry, but I'm not going to touch the volume, I'll just have it in the same place, but this is on the high wattage setting. Yeah, so it's pretty loud. And that's only half volume on the high wattage setting, so obviously it goes a lot louder.
What's really cool is that Rabea's amp is very much the sort of the rock through to real heavy kind of gent styles and stuff. And mine kind of sits below that, so mine's really kind of like from clean country. I mean, you can be like well, not out of tune. You can be really badly out of tune.
It also takes both the L34 and 6L6 tubes.
I know something like
it's 50 watts. 50. Switchable down to 25. That's pretty. What were you going to ask?
I noticed something that's better than Tiny's here. That seems like a dual terror, but better.
Yeah,
So
well,
they
yeah.
both- They both seem like very orange.
It's kind of 2 amps in one, and the idea, the design behind both channels was meant to be that, you know, that the gain is dynamic, so you can go from clean when you roll the gain right off through to as heavy as as you need it to be.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So that's why this channel's a bit too. We'll fix that, and then the actual production model will be the same sort of story there.
Yeah. You can do clean country stuff and then you can go. It's got a really, what I really enjoy about it is the kind of Satriani tone, which is my preferred favourite kind of sort of. It takes tones really, really well. I don't know how they did it, but Martin Kidd engineered it specifically to my requirements, which is it needs to play pedals in the front, pedals in the back, boost in the back to lift it up. That's all we need.
And they're both completely handmade, hand wired. Same place, built in the UK. Beasts.
How much do you think the Kraken's going to go for?
The Kraken in the UK is going to be roughly £800. So over here, I'd say 11, 12, something like that.
That's not bad.
No.
For like handmade amps, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Thought you were done. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
As a guitar player and a manufacturer,
Yeah.
do you have like kind of a loose formula you use if you decide you want a guitar with hum, single hum configuration? What do you pick for the middle humbuck, the middle single coil?
Something really weak. If I got humbuckers in the guitar, I want the single to be really polar opposite, because I'll have the amp kind of set in a way that would work with the humbuckers because I use them more often. If I'm going to use a single coil, it's going to be the kind of tone that would work with an amp that's set that way. I don't like doing things to the floor and to the amp as little as possible, and I want that really clean, spanky tone. So I use weak pickups, and I drive the amp flat out. This will be full on tour, you know. So that's how it works for me. Good question. I like that question. It was nice. I think I just saw a bus driver. He's great. He's the best bus driver ever.
Yeah, again, that's clean channel. It's nice. Yeah, sweet, yo.
So you didn't know Stone Valley Redemption?
Of course. But Stone Valley is no more.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
We love you all. We're going to get George to pick the first one out. So first ticket is going to win a leather Chapman guitar strap. This is a nice piece. There it is. I have 4 of them at home. George.
Where's George?
George, where are you?
George.
Jim and George? Oh, okay.
George.
We're like ready to kill somebody.
All right.
This is for the strap.
By the way, guys, make sure that when Beau make videos on YouTube, you'll watch them and subscribe to the channel and support them because YouTube's important.
This is 206198.
Yeah! Enjoy that, buddy. No problem at all. Handmade in America. It really is. This is to win a Chapman Guitars ML1 in antique sunburst. I own one of these. I fell asleep with one of these on my bed once. 206,234. 4 rows. Congratulations, mate. Well done. I can't believe it. You win something today, mate.
Yeah, you win it.
Thank you so much.
Right, take your ticket just so that you can, that's the way. Thank you. Enjoy. Play it until it hurts. You're more than welcome.
Oh no, do you want to see something cool?
Yeah.
This will be the icing on the cake of a great day, so thank you all for coming down. We had a great time. This is something pretty fun. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the job.